After senior sister rejected my confession, I got furious and started bullying her for fun every day. Su Lichuan, you bastard! Until one day, senior sister lost her spirit root by accident and could never cultivate again. Suddenly, I froze. Wait, getting crippled at the start? Isn't that a classic main character setup? I'm screwed. As the villain, won't I be sacrificed for her comeback? So I instantly quit my bright future as a villain and became the ultimate devoted lover. Senior sister, from now on you have me. Shen Yuchu was Xiao Yao sect's top senior sister. The sect leader valued her highly, and countless people admired her, yet no one could get close. She cut off love and desire, had a heart of ice, focused only on cultivation, ignored worldly affairs, and treated everyone with extreme coldness. 3 months ago, she was ordered to train in a secret realm, but accidentally took the wrong path. Demonic energy invaded her body, destroying her spirit root beyond repair. The sect leader was heartbroken and sighed for a long time. But when she appeared again, she was about to be expelled from the sect, dressed in rough linen, looking utterly defeated, with only a tiny bundle over her shoulder. Everyone in the sect knew about the grudge between me and Shen Yuchu. When they saw me coming, they automatically cleared a path. I used to be one of her many admirers, but I was the only one bold enough to confess. My family had practiced medicine for generations and had a solid reputation. My parents sent me to Xiao Yao sect, hoping I would master medicinal arts and bring honor to the family. So before confessing, I thought I had it in the bag. But she rejected me harshly, leaving me humiliated, and the entire sect laughed at me for ages. I flew into a rage from shame. From then on, I caused trouble for her every day and took pleasure in humiliating her, just to vent my anger. At that moment, on Taiji Square, someone excitedly waved at me. Su Lichuan, come quick, it's time for revenge! I walked forward slowly and gave a contemptuous smile. Well, isn't this senior sister? How did you end up like this? That scar is so deep. From my years of medical experience, it looks like it'll stay for life. What a shame. Shen Yuchu, who had been looking down without a ripple of emotion, suddenly raised her head. Her eyes were sharp as knives, filled with hatred. Even with that hideous scar on her face, it still couldn't hide the natural beauty in her bones. Su Lichuan, she looked down on you back then. Now she's the one who can't reach you. Don't you dare go soft. Exactly. However she embarrassed you back then, pay her back double today. The corner of my mouth twitched as I took a wooden box from my sleeve. Inside was my family's ancestral life-saving pill. It might work wonders on Shen Yuchu's shattered spirit root. The surrounding cultivators looked at one another, completely confused. Su Lichuan, if you want revenge, go ahead. I'm not afraid of you. Looking into her stubborn eyes, I somehow blurted out one sentence. Shen Yuchu, even though you once hurt me deeply, the moment I heard you were leaving Xiao Yao sect, I finally realized my feelings for you had never changed. The crowd instantly exploded in shock. Forget everyone else, even I was stunned by how shameless I sounded. But being a simp was still better than being her enemy for life. Our Xiao Yao sect values loyalty above all. Shen Yuchu was once the sect's top senior sister. Is this how you treat your fellow disciple? Shen Yuchu gave a cold laugh, her eyes full of suspicion. You say you like me? Over the past few years, I kept setting traps for her. Whenever she clashed with someone, I would find out right away, then spread rumors with extra fuel added. Gradually, everyone kept their distance from her, but she never cared and only focused on cultivation. Right now, she knew exactly what was going on. She suspected I was pretending to be kind, just to humiliate her even more. How could I let the female lead keep misunderstanding me like that? Without another word, I grabbed one of her hands, forcefully placed the medicine box in her palm, and spoke to her in the gentlest voice of my life. Shen Yuchu, the one I've always liked is you. From now on, with me by your side, I won't let anyone bully you again. Your damaged spirit root and the wound on your face can both be treated. I will help you recover. Trust me. Shen Yuchu stood there in a daze, her expression blank. I secretly praised my own lying skills. That speech was practically flawless. Sure, my confession had been brutally rejected back then, but wanting someone you couldn't have was the most maddening thing. Who could say I truly had no feelings for her? People were always quick to forgive the whole love-turned-hate act. Besides, I had gone this far. Once she returned to the top, surely she wouldn't repay kindness with revenge. In the future, with the Chosen One backing me up, who in the martial world would dare mess with me? Just thinking about it felt amazing. Shen Yuchu lowered her eyes and said nothing, as if deep in thought. I stepped closer and said softly, I know you don't want to leave Xiao Yao sect. Come stay with me. You'll have a place to sleep. After Shen Yuchu took the pill, her spirit root showed no immediate signs of recovery. It only looked slightly better than its previous shattered state. I gently encouraged her not to give up. She nodded, and the wariness in her eyes faded a lot. Sometimes, when she looked in the mirror, she would touch the scar on her face and sigh. It was this scar that turned Xiao Yao sect's former fairy into an ugly woman everyone despised. It looks frightening, but it didn't damage anything vital. I'm confident I can restore your face to how it was. I began searching through medical texts and carefully adjusting prescriptions. At first, when I applied medicine for her, she still resisted. Later, unable to fight my persistence, she gave in. Every time it was time for treatment, she would show up at the medicine room on time and sit obediently beside the table, waiting for me to begin. While applying the medicine, I told her little stories from the sect. She rarely responded, but her eyes were full of smiles. As days passed, we gradually got used to each other's company. On the day we heard that martial uncle Ji Chang'an had returned to the mountain, she became especially quiet. Ji Chang'an was the white moonlight in Shen Yuchu's heart. When I applied medicine for her, she seemed distracted. I suddenly realized that the book had made it clear. Ji Chang'an was Shen Yuchu's destined love interest. No wonder she looked so lost. If you can't let him go, why not see him? Looking like this, how can I face anyone? So even someone as strong as the female lead became timid in front of the person she loved. Senior sister Shen, you have to pull yourself together. One day, you will become the pride of Xiao Yao sect. By then, forget Ji Chang'an. The whole world will see your brilliance. Shen Yuchu quietly raised her eyes, her gaze deep. Among those people, does that include you? Of course, when you rise to greatness, just remember who saved you. She nodded slightly, and a trace of a smile returned to her eyes. I've been observing your spirit root these past few days. Medicine alone may not fully restore it. You need to start cultivating again, so your spirit root can slowly regrow. Behind the medicine shop, there's a hidden forest. Go cultivate there, and no one will disturb you. Shen Yuchu listened carefully and agreed solemnly. A few days later, the scar on her face had mostly healed, and she began leaving early and returning late to train hard in the forest. 1 month later, her face had completely returned to normal, but while she was practicing, someone discovered her. That person reported to the sect leader, claiming she was secretly practicing evil arts, had lost her mind, and nearly attacked someone. By the time I heard the news, the sect leader had already ordered her imprisoned. In truth, she wasn't practicing evil arts. She must have been disturbed and suffered a cultivation deviation. I could have testified for her in front of the sect leader, but I was still waiting for the right moment. If I wanted her to remember this favor forever, empty promises were nowhere near as powerful as saving her in her darkest hour. The more hopeless and dangerous her situation became, the more precious that helping hand would be. As soon as I reached the palace doors, I heard the sect leader question everyone. Disciples, how do you think Shen Yuchu should be punished? This woman has already lost her spirit root, yet in just over a month she learned demonic arts. She must be possessed by demonic energy and cannot be allowed to live. We should throw her into the alchemy furnace and refine her to eliminate future trouble. I recognized the disciple who spoke. Not long ago, he had gone down the mountain to gamble and was caught by Shen Yuchu. She punished him with 50 lashes and confiscated all his gambling money. Now that he had a chance, how could he let it go? And because Shen Yuchu had always disdained explaining herself, everyone believed it even more. I agree. This woman has an evil heart. Killing her would remove a threat to the sect. If we let her master those demonic arts, the whole world will suffer. The hall erupted with discussion, full of killing intent. Every sentence pushed Shen Yuchu closer to death. Meanwhile, Shen Yuchu knelt in the center of the hall, silent from beginning to end. Shen Yuchu, do you admit your crime? I only cultivated to restore my strength. I do not know what crime I have committed. Silence. You should have been expelled from Xiao Yao sect long ago, yet you still dare to stay here. That day, we saw it with our own eyes. Black energy surrounded you, and your eyes were blood red. You were clearly showing signs of demonic possession. Seeing the crowd worked up, the sect leader shouted for silence. At the same time, he waved his hand, sending a blast of energy straight at Shen Yuchu. She was completely unprepared. Her body flew into the air, then slammed heavily onto the ground, limp as mud. There is indeed demonic energy. My heart shook, and then I suddenly understood. The real culprit who had crippled Shen Yuchu was him. Shen Yuchu clearly had no demonic energy in her body, yet he openly twisted the truth and lied through his teeth. Simply because he was the sect leader, his word was law. Men, throw Shen Yuchu into the alchemy furnace and remove this threat for the sake of all living beings.